The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman here on this Tuesday, the 14th of October. And, of course, my show follows Tommy's show, which is the Morning Market Kickoff. Great show where he talks about both the fundamentals and the technicals. Really a terrific show. A good introduction to the day's, just what to look for during the day. So we're looking at the Dow, now down 314. I just want to show you in the Chapman Wave methodology, we're always looking for some kind of a low, a trough that starts off a move to the upside and then count each successively higher peaks. We alphabetize them. A is the first, 1 penny above A. After a peak is made, starts leg B. When it makes a peak, it becomes peak B. Then you go to C, and a D goes all the way to E, F, and G. But your obligation in the Chapman Wave methodology is to try to identify a move that gets upgraded from a buy signal to a buy mode that can take you to at least a D. Well, we just got that D in the 1 minute chart, but it's only a leg A in the 5 minute chart and a leg A in the 10. Think of this as the daily, weekly. The one in the middle here is the Chapman Wave automated resistance levels. I use that sometimes, not all the time, but let's just move that away so you can see it better. This failed at a peak C, made an arch formation like an M, and then it took out the left side low, went to a lower low down the 590 area, and then what happened is it ran. So this is an A. You've got 200 period moving average resistance at 66.54 in the 5 minute chart. You've broken above that. It's now supported 66.29 in the 1 minute chart. That's the way I like to look at it. So it's exactly the same. Look here, I'm going to go to the Dow. This is the Dow right now, $INDU, and there you are. So what we're looking at here is we went to a D and then an E. At that E, there were a number of aspects that I was looking at that suggested that we could very well be in for some kind of a pullback. One of them being this particular chart right here where I say if you don't get dark news, in other words, if there isn't news that embraces the market and then starts to become the theme, you really don't get more than a one-day sell-off. I think that there is some kind of a theme here, and what I was talking about is that this is the most unusual one that we've had in not years, but in many, many years, because the 9-period moving average, this green line, was above the 14, and we look at this, and I always say the price is walking the 9-period moving average, and we got very short-term internal high, then residual high, that's like an earthquake, and then the aftershock. But it wasn't like before when we got them earlier, say in December of last year, when back in November the 29th, where we got an internal high, then a residual high, and then it came tumbling down. Then you got an internal low and a residual low, and it went sharply higher. Then it went to the January high, internal high, residual high, and we came very sharply low, all the way down to 36,611 back in 7th of April, where we got really great signals on the upside. And then what happened is we got internal high, residual high, internal high, residual high, and all the time what we're looking at is the 9-period moving average kept moving higher, and then it did go pink back in August for the low of first, I think it was the 1st of August, and then ran up again. But this is usually it's bonds, it's yields that are going to do this, but now it's many other things. And then, of course, we went short because of this technical, both this chart and other charts that I'm looking at. On Thursday, we still shorted down on a short-term basis because we are still long from the April low. And what I'm looking at here is then on Friday, the market was doing very nicely. And then suddenly, of course, you got that 100% tariffs in China statement, and the market just tumbled down. But look, it was an internal high and a residual high, and I'd already put in that little white rectangle to say this is where I'm anticipating there's some kind of a pullback. It doesn't say how deep, just says a pullback. So now what we've done is we've gone to a lower low than in the H pattern, the dreaded H, but we're above that. So that just says there's a rotation going on. There is buying coming in. I don't think there's going to be enough buying to make a new all-time high in the Dow just yet. We have to wait for other things to happen. All right, I got that out the way. Let me just explain some other things that we're looking at. The weekly chart at a Chapman Wave inside track repellent zone. That was another reason why I said, I think that this is going to be time to see some kind of negative action in the Dow. It doesn't tell you how much, as I say. But look what happened. There, it hit that line. See the inside track. Look how many times it went right to the border, and then finally it hit the green line and pulled back. That was the high of the 3rd of October at 47,049, and we've pulled back. But look, that weekly chart, 9 period over the 14 is still fantastic. Not so much the MACD. It's pulled back quite a bit. You see the histogram hasn't turned negative yet. See this gray line? This is the relative strength that's pulling back. See the stochastic still good at 82%, but pulling back. And the on-balance volume. So the weekly chart says, watch out, because if there is a slide to the low 45,000s, 45,200, that's going to impact the weekly chart for the very first time in a long time. Monthly chart, nothing to talk about. Still looks great. All right, I'm not going to do that for all of them. I just want you to do that for the Dow, because that's the position that we have. Now I can go to the S&P. It's very similar, but it hasn't yet. Look, 9-period moving average only now has gone pink during the day. So, and yet the price is up at the high of the day, even though it's gapped down 58 at 65.95. There is buying that keeps coming in here, and that's not going to change until this theme that I'm talking about that says dark news embellishes the market. We're only just starting that, so we don't know yet if that's going to hold and be something that permeates the market so that the headlines become bigger and bigger. Market sells off. You know, the media is just dying to say market sells off. S&P, I haven't got a down arrow yet. I have to wait for the end of the day. That would be a sell signal. It could even upgrade immediately to a sell mode, but in the meantime, it hasn't yet got the sell signal. QQQ hasn't yet turned. Look, 9-period moving average hasn't turned pink. Hey, wait a minute. SPX.X. Look at this. The S&P. It went pink, and now it's green. That's the power of this particular move. So the S&P hasn't given any clue yet. It's given clues, but it hasn't given any sign. QQQ, same thing. Holding at the high of the day, down 7 at 594 point. That's what I'm saying. This is very selective. We've thinned out our positions, still have some really nice core positions, but the ones that are making or have just made all-time highs, we're holding those. I don't want to thin them out much at all, because those are, I like them very much for the intermediate term as well as the short term. So let's just go on to the IWM, Russell 2000. Green candle, down only 74, 243.66. Hey, this is a clue. This is just saying there is rotation going on. Let me just show you something very interesting. This is VT. This is the Vanguard Total World Stock ETF. U.S. stocks off about 49%. Look at this, all-time high right there on the 3rd of October, I think it was, 6th of October at 139.80. I should have typed that in. It plummets down to the 135 level, and now it's at 136. I'll be right back. Basil Chapman, Dow's only down 240 right now. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Remember, we went to that D in the 1 minute chart, and it was still leg A in the 5 and the leg A in the 10 minute chart. Well, we're down 48 in the S&P minis, and we're in leg E, leg F right now. This is still going up. See the 9-period moving average, how beautiful that is? And when it crosses the 200-period moving average together, that's usually quite a positive. Right now, the unbalanced volume says, oops, be a little careful, might be a little toppy short-term, but the 66.54 level on the 200-period moving average 5-minute chart is really, that would be a target, and we'll see if it's able to exceed that or whether that stalls everything. All right, let's get back to our story. So that was Vanguard total return. Couple of things I want to look at here. Just GDX. Look at this. GDX still green, doing very nice. It did pull back 37 cents, 41 cents at 78.96. And 79.40 was the high that was made at the beginning of October. Yesterday's high was just under 79, just over 79.46. Oh, the GSASC, we're expecting a D, and there it is. There's your D right there. Okay, so we'll see, because this is exactly the area that I'm looking at to say if it goes much above this, something is going on in the whole area of those metals, gold and silver, because it's going up. It's gone up in the face of a dollar trying to rally, dollar weak. It doesn't matter about that. It's something else. It's a more geopolitical, as I see it, as a geopolitical thing. I thought it was the Middle East, but actually it could be something else. It could be just generally there's fear amongst, this is big money that's coming into gold. And therefore, it's something that's it's aberrational, it's unusual, very unusual for just, look at this move in the monthly chart. The last 3 months have just been huge green candles. And in fact, there was a gap last month. There isn't a gap this month because it slipped a little bit under it. But look at that nice green candle. But I think, okay, so what are we looking at here? And look at that weekly chart. But look, the MACD in the weekly chart is fantastic. The histogram is still very strong. Now, the only clue, 2 clues, that over a period of a couple of weeks, there should be some kind of a slide, is that the relative strength went red, it went over the 80% level. And that just, to me, is always a clue to say, be careful, because it's got to a level that says at some point in the on the right side of that red, those red bars, you're going to start to see that the price pulls away from that level, okay? It doesn't mean to say that there has to be a very sharp pullback in whatever you're following, but usually it's a clue. And then the on-balance volume gave right at the top when it was making a high the week of the 3rd of October at 78.32. We're looking at the GDX, the market vectors gold minus ETF. Look, the MACD was still expanding. The 9-period moving average was fantastically strong. It still is. To get this green line in the weekly chart to go pink, you would have to see the GDX probably at 61 or 59. I'd say 20 points. That's a huge pullback from here. So it's a very slow process if it's going to happen, or a very quick process. So the 9-period moving average, the on-balance volume, gave you a turnaround, and all you got was that red bar. It was still a good candle from last week. So I'm watching this and I'm saying something's going on, and we've got to appreciate what it is. Let's just go to the silver. Silver right now is trading, let's see, off the high of the day, which is at 52.49, down 27 cents. This is a leg F. So both of the charts of gold and silver are suggesting that if there is a pullback at all in both gold and silver, it's very difficult to say what it would be, what it would take, because the money that's coming in, the volume, look at the volume has been huge. This is the last 4 sessions have been some of the greatest volume in silver that we've seen. And if it fails from there, then it says be careful, because what would happen is, I'll give you the levels, 48.35, it's at 50.24, so 48.30, about 2 points lower. It says, be a little careful. Under the black 14-period moving average in the daily chart of 47.54, because it'll be a little bit lower if there's a slide. But under that says it's the first time that silver is actually, it's nicked that 14-period moving average a couple of times, like in 18th of September, but it hasn't closed under that since it broke above. And that was that low that was made back on the 20th of August at, believe it or not, 37.47. So this is 12 points, a huge move, right? So I'm watching this very closely. On the other hand, if there is a break into the 53s, and I think I said yesterday, if the silver actually gets to the 51.27-ish or 25 area, that's really unusual to continue as sharply as it is right now in this conglomeration of bars. Well, it went even higher. It went to 52.49. I'm just watching this very closely. I don't see, there's nothing here that says watch out, other than the relative strength has been weakening for about 2 weeks. The M-shaped pattern in the MACD says, all right, the right shoulder could turn down. It hasn't yet. The stochastic now is under 80% at 71. So silver, which was stronger, now is technically a little bit weaker than gold. Okay, I'm done with that. Let's go to the copper. High-grade copper is trading down 13 cents at $5.008. And we've got, what was the other one I wanted to do? Yeah, crude oil. Crude oil is down quite sharply, down over $1. You've got high grade. Okay, this is the bonds. Bonds made a higher high. It went to 118 and 25 30 seconds. That's above the peak F on the 17th of September of 118 and 21 30 seconds. So just by 30 seconds, but it is higher. So that's peak A, peak B, peak C. So let me just, for those of you at Chapman aficionados, remember this is A, gray A, because it's under the previous A. I'm not going to be able to change it right now. A gray B, and then once it breaks to a new high, it picks up the old peak F, now goes to a GY. Let me just show you. G, and then it goes to a C, alternate count. And the reason is, when you make a double top, invariably you want to think about what's on the left side, what's the notation, and did the 9-period moving average actually go pink? Well, it didn't. It's held green. That says there could still be, because it hasn't taken out the low of the whole starting point of the move, it could still be a follow through. So it gets the other notation G, but it also says it's a brand new C. Okay, and the MACD turned up. The relative strength is up. Stochastics at 76%, but rising. On-balance volume is very weak. So I'm watching this very closely for bonds. And then this becomes a leg E in the weekly chart. And if you look at the monthly chart, you say, oh, that is ugly. That is ugly. Look at that chart. That is just terrible. But the 9-period moving average is attempting to rally. And if it does that, look what's going to happen. The TBT, which is the inversion of the bonds, this is the ultra-short Lehman 20-year Treasury bond ETF upside down, making a new recovery low. Is that what we call it? Not a recovery low, an unrecovery low. And look at the weekly chart. On its way towards the 32.06 200-period moving average. It's at 32.78, 3.278. So this is suggesting that we are arching over and that yields are attempting to pull back. I'll be back in a moment. There are a lot of stocks that we want to look at. I'll be back. Basil, Chapman, Tiger Conditions Hour. Dow's down only 166 and S&P's down 38.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, folks. We're back. Basil Chapman, Tiger Conditions Hour. The SMHs are down 5 at 334.65. So they made that peak G. I haven't been able to put a down arrow yet. At 348.23 on the 6th of October, went sideways. I warned that I thought that this was going to possibly turn down after the doji candle if it took out the left side low, and that was the low of 342.40. That was on Friday. Whoosh, it comes down very sharply. But then we had a really good rebound yesterday, and now it's pulled back again. So I'm watching this very closely. We did have a short on Thursday on the S&P, on the SMHs. And then we took profits yesterday and then got stopped out for some nice gain, 4 point something, and then got stopped out for a very small gain with the rest at the intraday. And we're going to try this again because I think that the semis are telling us that they are beginning to show some deterioration. There are still leaders there, and I think what ASML, one of them has earnings coming out today. Did I have the list? I think I had a list right here. What's this? Is this the list? Yep, ASML. I don't know if they've come out with the earnings yet. Are there any others? Can't see offhand. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, back at the ranch, NVIDIA is down 6 at 181.96. That peak E at 195.62 with a little doji candle yesterday in the middle and pulling back today to a lower low says just got to be a little careful. 179.70 was the low today. If at any point in the next 2 days it takes 179.70 out decisively, you can't just nick it. If it takes it out and goes to the 176s, that's going to suggest that on the shorter term, there is some kind of an arching or a V-shape, inverted V-shaped turnaround to the downside. But there are others that have done very nicely. So, tell me it all. Okay. Thank you, G-Bolt. Now, the next thing that we've got is, so let me just do this real quickly. FXI, this is China. FXI is trading up. No. It is trading down 20 cents at 39.33, but up from the low of Friday. And yesterday had a really good candle, had a good bounce, I should say. Not a good candle, but a good bounce. Today it's green, but it's green trying to come off the low of the day of 39.01. My contention here is that if you look at the weekly chart, there's going to be a sideways movement. I don't know if the green 9-period moving average ever gets to pink in this particular pullback. It's a leg D in the monthly chart. Everything looks still pretty darn good. I just think it's a digestive phase that we're looking at, and probably the 37s is going to be the clue. If it breaks 37 on the downside, it means it's going to take time. Week goes into weeks rather than maybe even a month of consolidation, rather than maybe a week or two. That's the way I'm looking at it. So right now, 42 round number high that was made back around the beginning of October, end of September, I think it's going to have to wait to be tested. What was the XPEV? XPEV? That's Spring Inc. designs, develops, smart manufactures smart EVs. Monthly chart improving. Weekly chart not that good. And the daily chart, I never updated this. It made a peak D. Remember, peak D is where other things can happen. You can see the down arrow, so it goes peak A right there. A. B. Very quick. C and a D. Always be careful. Up, and then suddenly goes to E, F, and G. At G, in the 2430s, turns around, comes down from that G. It comes down sharp. 1 penny above G says that you have to look for a new notation because there's never an H, and that will become a G/C, but it didn't need to do it because we pulled back. Yeah, just digesting gains, stuck between 22 and 20. It's trading at 2107. Excuse me, right now. Yeah, nothing much to see. Tesla, let's put this in the same category. Tesla is pulling back a little bit. You see this arch formation, and you see how it's desperately trying to hold onto the 405-ish area. So if Tesla at any point in the next few days closes under 411.45, it will test this gap. That is the low of 402.43. But right now it's just holding okay. The 9-period moving average hasn't turned pink. If it does, then it becomes vulnerable to taking out the 411.45 low of the 10th. Look at this, GM. You remember I was raving about GM? I said, I don't know what's going to happen next when it finally makes its peak D. Well, it did make that D at 62.14 back in end of September. Whoosh, it comes down to today's low of 54.48. Nice green candle so far today. Up 36 at 55.98. Look at Ford. Same thing. Makes a high around about 12.80 and comes tumbling down to today's low of 11.34 and is trying to rally. It is unchanged right now. So a couple of questions came in that I need to look at here. Could I look at... RIG. So RIG, this is Transocean Limited, made a peak F at 3.81, was it? 3.81 on the 23rd of September, and then it gaps down immediately. Day after, it has a doji candle. Whoosh, the next day it gaps down. Then it rallies, tries to fill the gap, can't fill the gap, makes an arch formation. All I can say is, this has been disappointing in that it's one of those, it's very low priced, but it's in the area that should be working. And every time I draw this in, these Chapman Wave Inside Track propellant zones, it seems to want to take it out. It's trading at 315 right now, down $1, down 0.06. Watch it. If it takes out $3, closes under $3, then it's just kind of stuck for a while. I got to take some tea. Hold on. All right. So I'm watching that very closely. The reason why I say it's disappointing, because Transocean Limited, this deep sea drilling, it should be needed, but it just doesn't seem to be. It has, look at this, in the weekly chart, it goes green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green, green, red, red, green, red, red. So it's just real, and each one's making higher highs and higher lows, basically. And then all of a sudden it stops with this inverted Chapman Wave Roman candle from 4 weeks ago after the 381 high. Now, I'm sorry, until I see it trading in the 340s, that'll be really positive, but it hasn't done that yet. All right. Next, we've got a break coming up. So I mentioned to subscribers this morning, we were looking at TTI. I didn't get a position in it. This is Tetra Technologies, Inc., Water, Environment, Infrastructure, Consulting. Look at that nice green candle. Yeah, it's acting very well. I'll be back in a moment. Dow is down 100, S&P's down.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Sorry, I forgot all about it. I don't know why I forget about it. I just make a note of it. BTC, Bitcoin, trading horribly. Down 4,100 at 112,280. I went down all the way to 110,295. I said I had a sell signal going to a sell mode. I still haven't got the 9-period moving average pink, but the price action, I said it's going to look like the Eiffel Tower. Spirals up, it has a peak D, and then it pulls back in that arch formation. I said often the peak D, when you get this particular... it's not Technical Friday. Should I talk technically? Yeah. So this is the inverted Chapman wave falling axe formation plus the arch, the dreaded H. It took it out, and I said, when you actually when the price rallies over a peak B and goes to a C or even a D, especially a D, usually you've used up so much energy both up and down that it doesn't break the left side low, or it holds it very well. If it does, that's very negative. But if it doesn't, you can have a good rally. Well, we had that rally in Bitcoin. I should mention we are long IBIT, that's the Bitcoin iShares. We've been long for a long time. Where is this? Right, long from way down there. So what we're looking at is it goes to 125,200. I call it a double top. Pulls back very sharply from the 14th of August. Comes all the way down to the 109, 108 area. Then I said, okay, now it's made a peak D. That was around mid-September. Watch where it goes to. Well, it held the left side low, and then it had this huge, it was just a purely technical rally. It was so suspicious. Why? Because I anticipated that this peak D, peak C would see a peak D, the inside track, Chapman wave inside track repellent zone. We actually got it by a hair. We went above 125,200 to 127,240 on the 6th of October. And now we've got this Eiffel Tower straight up, looks like an uppercase A. And what happens is how it holds is going to be important, because if now it takes out the left side low of, that was September the 25th. Yeah, September the 25th of 109,225 at any point in the next, today's only Tuesday. Yeah, this week, if it takes it out, that's just really negative, because it's giving you that whole support. Look, we've got a little mini channel right here, a little inside track right there. If it takes it out, ooh, that's not good. See right there? Getting a little messy, but it can't help it. Right, so if it does close at 100, well, certainly the 200-period moving average of 106,757, if that's pierced, that's going to be very negative for Bitcoin, but it's holding so far. And it's at a monthly chart, looks great. Weekly chart looks very good, but dicey because it's got this double top. And if it takes out the base, then it could go down to this area right here from the 27th of June, which is 111,415. 111? What am I talking about? 111. 102,140. So that was weird. Okay, enough with that. Next question came in. Could I look at, I wrote them all down here. CRML. Oh, what did I, man, when you do that, it is just so stupid. Okay, I displayed to the right. Oh, thank goodness, this was an easy fix. And now let's get rid of that. Whew. Wow. Okay, let's do it again. CRM, technology. What can I say? CRML, that is, I don't even know what's called. It's called Critical Metals Corporation, had a huge spiral. It's tootled along in the 560s, $5.60 late in September, early October. Next thing you know, today's high is 30.4. No way. It went from the $5 area, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 bars ago, just 10 sessions ago, and now it hit a high of 30.48. Chapman Wave Roman candle so far. We'll see what happens. It says if at any point it trades below 26.90 for more than 45 minutes, it could actually retest today's low. But if it closes above today's high so far, that's 30.48. That's already positive. Whoa, what a move. Okay, next question will be KOPN. Copen. I remember this one very well, but I don't know if I've still got it notated. Yes, I do. So, of course, I did just the other day. Copen Inc., micro displays, defense, wearable tech. I did this together with HIMN. Why do I always forget the name? We traded it years ago. No, oh gosh. All right, it doesn't matter. KOPN, let's just get back to this KOPN. What was the other one with displays? Okay, this one is trading at $3.80, up 41 cents, up 12.5%. So that's really good. This is only a leg C. I liked this the other day. I said I think it's going to get quite a bit higher. The high would be this ugly candle right here. This is the candle of January of 2022 with a high of 447 and a low of 258. So for the 447 level would be a target. Doesn't give you time. It just says that would be the next upside target in this really spectacular move. Leg C right now. Yes, very good. So let me not give you upside action. I'm going to say the support level to monitor is 3. The low today is 336. So the support would be between 338 and 322. If it takes out 322, it's going to stall for a little while. But this is actually acting very, very nicely. Next question, ALAB. ALAB, A-L-A-B, ALAB. Yeah, so ALAB is Astera Labs, Inc., Semi-Connectivity and Power AI Infrastructure, leg B in the monthly chart, peak D in the weekly chart, peak E, all the way to... this has had a beautiful move. It went all the way to 262.80. Oh, ho, ho. It had a round number open of 255, a high of 262.90 on the 18th of September. 255, 262.90. So let me put that in. So always put 262.90 with a 255 open. And that is September, I can't even remember what I said. I think I said 21 or something. I'll put it in. I'll change it later. 2125. Yeah, I didn't even put that in correctly. 21. Let's just see if that's correct. So round number open goes to 262.90, and that's kaput. That's it. That's on the 18th. I thought I said 18th. Why did I write 21? Yeah, on the 18th. And now it is down at 171. Be careful. This one has taken out, it hasn't taken, it's taken out this left side low, That's the low of the beginning of September. September the 2nd of 167.50. And that means that this is the low that you'll be heading for. 161.39 is going to be really important to hold. I'll be back in a moment. Basil Chapman, Tiger Technicians Hour. And we've got, a couple of questions are coming just for the final segment. I'll do that. I will be back, of course, this afternoon at 3 o'clock. See you in a moment.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Hi, folks. Yeah, thank you. It seems like there are some denners out there, at least some tigers out there that can read my mind. This is Himax Technology, designs display imaging. Thank you, Brent. And TVs, laptops, mobile phones, auto displays, trading nicely, up 11 cents at 901. It goes together with KOPN. And thank you, Duncan. Yeah, I would have thought of FLIR, F-L-I-R. I don't think they run. I think they got taken over. So Copen kind of goes to the same thing, micro displays, etc. So good. The other one that in the same category, because it has the same similar technology, is BBAI. We technically got stopped out of this the other day just by just a fluke stop. But I know some subscribers still have it because it happened intraday, and I don't remember. It happened at a weird kind of a situation, and now it's at a recovery high. This is BBAI acting very nicely. So as we're about to wrap up, let me just say that great programming here today. Stay tuned for Steve Rhodes. I'll be back at 3 o'clock. I usually get interviewed by Tommy, but I'll actually be doing the show at 3. And, of course, I'll be interviewing Tim Ord as well. So with that, I'm going to say check out my opening call daily newsletter. Teledyne bought them. Oh, interesting, because Teledyne bought my friend's company as well, semiconductor company. All right. So now let's just do this. We're about to wrap it up. Let me just give you what I'm looking at. If we've made the high for the day, or at least close to the high for the day, you got to watch it, because the Dow came back really nicely. It's only down 79. It was down huge. It went down to a low today of 45,452. Now it's at 45,976. So if it's able to go to a plus 40, I said to subscribers at any point today, that's fantastic. I just don't want this reversal and then week later in the afternoon. So that's what I'm watching for very closely. We just added back one of our shorts because I do think that the upside is kind of limited right now. We've got a couple that are doing very nicely still today. I suspect that they will pull